Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is News Now at noon.
Now at noon, a man faces numerous charges following a standoff where police say he held a 9-year-old hostage. And a local theater seeks donations to repair roof damage. But first, we check in with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
Hello, everybody, and it is Monday, which means it is the beginning of a new work week, and today's a special day, but we're not going to talk about that. Let's take a look at the pollen levels for today. The tree pollen, we're not really dealing with that right now, but the grass and weed pollen is running moderate, and the mold pollen is running in the high category, so that is what's giving us a lot of the issues out there right now. 64 was the high pretty much on Sunday. 51 is where it bottomed out. The record high for today was set 1 year ago at 84 degrees. It's a stark difference from 1 year ago. We were so warm, and now we're kind of in the season. 26 is the record low. That was set back in 74. And again, I keep mentioning it, the sunset time is getting closer to 7 o'clock. Take a look at what's back, MetroCast. If you have been with us for a long time, you know that we had this graphic a while ago, but it is back. So right now, 64 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. That's where we're going to be for pretty much the early afternoon. As we go throughout the later afternoon, showers will develop later in the day, 66 degrees. And then as we go throughout the evening hours, the rain will continue, and it will probably fall down into the 50s as well. We'll talk about the remainder of that forecast in just a little bit on. Justin?
All right, Dakota, thank you. A City of Jamestown man is facing a multitude of charges after police say he held a 9-year-old boy hostage for several hours on Sunday in his Spring Street extended apartment. 28-year-old Nicholas Brown allegedly attacked the boy's mother with a box cutter knife around 3 a.m. when officers were called to the scene. Brown, according to police, then barricaded himself and the boy upstairs as officers arrived. The standoff ended at around 2:15. That's when Police Chief Harry Snelling says his negotiators were able to safely end the incident.
No, and it's, and that's key of having trained negotiators. They're able to try to establish that rapport and talk to them. His emotions were up and down throughout the 12 hours, and like I said, it just got to the point where we felt it was necessary to make entry.
No one was hurt. Brown is currently in city jail awaiting arraignment. And 2 men are facing charges after sheriff's deputies report they discovered meth and heroin in a vehicle in the town of Ellery early Saturday. Deputies say 19-year-old Jamestown man Scott Eddy and 41-year-old Harry Retke were found inside the vehicle, which landed in a ditch earlier in the night. That vehicle, however, was removed from the ditch and discovered elsewhere. Retke, the driver, was allegedly impaired by drugs. Both men now face numerous charges. And a Forestville man suffered serious injuries after Chautauqua County Sheriff's deputies say he lost control of his motorcycle on Creek Road in Hanover on Sunday evening. 54-year-old John Sosner was star-flighted to ECMC Hospital for treatment. Authorities say charges are pending in that case. And thanks to an online poll, the theme of this year's annual Downtown Christmas Parade will be decided by the public. You can find the poll on the Jamestown Renaissance Corporation's website, jamestownrenaissance.org. This year's choices are holiday songs, Santa's Workshop, the 12 Days of Christmas, and Candyland. Polling ends on October 1st. The parade, sponsored by the Resource Center, starts at 5 o'clock on Friday, November 30th at 5 p.m. here on 3rd Street. Last year's theme was Winter Games. Of course, you can watch the full parade and festivities right here on our page. And the town of Ellicott officials will host a special meeting this afternoon to discuss how to handle the overabundance of algae weeds near Burtis Bay and Celeron. Residents have recently expressed concerns to the town council about the ever-growing problem. In June, the board approved herbicide treatment, but because of a $30,000 cost, the water was never treated. The special meeting is today at 4 p.m. at the Town of Ellicott Government Building in the village of Falconer. Next here, it's the first Monday of fall. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter with a look at the week's forecast coming up. But first, Raise the Roof, a campaign fighting for a local theater that gives everything to local artists when we come back.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
For more than 2 decades, Dorler Landscape Designs has provided exceptional service to customers right here in Chautauqua County with one goal in mind: transform your lawn into an attractive landscape that will be the envy of the neighborhood. From landscape design to lawn maintenance to sprinkler installation and so much more. Count on Dorler Landscaping. Call us today and let us get to work for you. Dorler Landscaping Designs at dorlerlandscape.com.
I just love to be with the dogs, and I like to do them one at a time. They don't wait for 5 hours in my shop. We have full groom, which includes everything from A to Z, nails, of course brushing, any trimming that needs to be done. I do offer teeth brushing, which is a little extra. So if he takes me 2 hours, it's $40. If he takes me 3 hours, I still keep it down. As long as the dog comes back happy and not at the door, I'm happy.
The weather is heating up, and so are the deals at Express Bike and Auto, right here in Jamestown, located at 1761 Foot Avenue Extension. They are your one-stop shop for all of your vehicle, ATV, and motorcycle needs. They even sell vehicles, and guess what? Financing is available. So what are you waiting for? Get to Express Bike and Auto right here in Jamestown at 1761 Foot Avenue Extension now.
On the other side of the street I knew stood a girl that looked like you. I guess that's deja vu, but I thought this can't be true, cause you moved to
And welcome back to New and Noteworthy on this day. We're not going to say the day, Matt, because no one knows.
Say it.
Yeah?
Say
you want to
it.
say it? All right, it's a Monday, and we're proud of it. Damn it. Joining us in studio is an awesome guest, Angelo Giuffre from the Spire Theater. I'm sure your title, Angelo, must be really, really long, because I'm pretty sure you do everything over there, you and your wife, Elsa.
Yeah, we have a lot of hats that we wear. I guess, like in this particular instance, say director of programming.
And, you know, you guys from programs like Chautauqua's Got Talent to your in-crowd group, which you guys, I believe you guys perform pretty much all over the place. I think you were just at the car show, right?
Yeah, we don't play out regularly because, you know, we have a whole theater to run.
Right.
But it's the house band for the Spire Theater. So we play whenever we can at an event at the theater, but then we, on occasion, we'll take a gig as long as there's like time for us to take a gig off-site. Then we'll do things like, you know, the Cruise In or like a county fair or something like that.
Right. Now, coming up this weekend, you are having a Raise the Roof campaign, which I know Matt is just looking at your poster here on your Facebook page. I guess, you know, can you kind of explain to us what's happening at the Spire? I hear that you have a couple of roof issues.
Yeah, a couple is an understatement. Yeah, we a couple of years ago we found that we had a couple leaks and we were able to patch them. But then every time you patch one leak, another leak springs, and we've just been getting leak after leak after leak to the point where now there's no avoiding it. We have to replace the whole roof, and we were hoping that we could squeeze a couple more years out of the roof before we had to spend the tens of thousands of dollars it'll be in order to do that. But we just don't. We've run out of time, and we're hoping that we can raise enough money to replace the roof within the next week.
Really?
We've been working for the last 3 weeks. We've raised about an average $1,000 a week over the last 3 weeks, which is really good. But in October is really the last month for roof replacement in this part of the world, and so we're hoping to get through our crowdsourcing and through the festival that's coming up this weekend, that we can raise at least a really good majority of that amount, so that we can tell the contractors green light, time to get this roof replaced, so that the snow doesn't get into those cracks in the roof and then rip them apart, you know, because what happens is the water melts, gets into any little hole, and then it makes it bigger when it freezes. And so we'll have a major problem in the spring if we don't do something now. So that's why we started the Raise the Roof campaign. There's a capital campaign on Facebook, and you can go to the Spire Theater's Facebook page and donate there. And we've had people donate everywhere from $5 to $1,000 so far, and it's been really, really heartwarming to see these people just coming out of the woodwork to donate or share or invite their friends to donate. Just this morning, a group from Buffalo, a historical preservation group from Buffalo, shared it on their Facebook page. The Fenton Museum shared it on their Facebook page, and this is fantastic. You know, people really are coming out to help. So that's really exciting, and that's one way that people can support the cause. The other way is by coming to the Raise the Roof Art and Music Festival that's happening on Saturday at the Spire. Once several of our friends, the artists and musicians that frequent the Spire who utilize our services or our facilities, found out that we were in that kind of need, they just started coming out of the woodwork and saying, we'll perform. Let's put on a big festival. We'll all chip in and we'll put this festival together and we'll sell tickets. And then the Olive Garden showed up and said, we'll do a pasta dinner. And it just kind of happened. It's been 4 weeks. It'll be 4 weeks from start to finish of this planning this music festival. And by the end, there's I think something like 50 people involved between performing and organizing and volunteering, like taking tickets at the door. And there's poets and there's comedians and there's musicians and singers and just you name it. All kinds of art is going to be on display, visual and performing at this festival, and it's super exciting. It runs from 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's just going to keep on going until we're done. Yeah. We had to pick a end time for the poster, so we said 3 o'clock to midnight. But it could run later. You never know. And we're just going to keep on trucking away all day long and singing and dancing and having a good time, and hopefully raise a lot of money.
That's always good. And this reminds me, if I remember right, earlier this year you guys were trying to get the Spire Theater listed under the historical district for Jamestown.
Yes.
Has there been any progress there?
Okay, so yes and no. Becoming a part of the historical district is just not an option.
Okay.
We made a couple inquiries. Thank you. We asked around a little bit, and we posted on Facebook, and we've got some really good answers as to why we weren't part of the historical district, the nationally registered historical district. And it was a really good answer. We're just the district has to be continuous buildings of a certain historical relevance, and the historical district ends before City Hall even. City Hall was built in the 70s.
Oh, okay.
So City Hall, Taco Hut, they're not included. So they couldn't include the Spire, and that would, by default, make these more modern buildings part of the historical district. They couldn't do that. So I totally understood that. Once they explained it to me like that, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Right.
But there's another map that we were really hoping to get put on, and that's the downtown footprint. In that, we've made a lot of progress on. The Goody Clancy firm that does all of the consulting for development for the city, they came over the summer and they took a look at the Spire, and they reevaluated the maps, and they changed the map. So we are now part of the downtown footprint.
Congratulations.
Yes.
It's very exciting.
So, and we just, not to interrupt here, Angelo,
Sure, no.
but we only obviously have a certain amount of time. I want to get back to the event. And really, for people out there who maybe are watching who are going, well, you know, Spire Theater obviously is historical, whether you're part of the city's list or not, right? And you look at what you guys really truly do for the community. I mean, for some kids, you make their dreams come true. With Chautauqua's Got Talent specifically, which, you know, at WNY News Now, we've partnered with you in years past to cover that closely. And, you know, what would you say to people who really, you know, are on the fence about donating and why they should?
Okay, so we're a very important part of the downtown landscape. We create an outlet for artists to perform, and we create a place for the culture of Jamestown to thrive. Tens of thousands of people every year come through our doors for fulfillment, whether it's as a a performer or an artist or as a spectator. And this is a really special thing. We call the building as a whole the Inspire Development Center. Why? Because, well, one, play on words, but
Right.
two, because people come there and they get inspired and they create things. In the building, we have 3 performance venues, and then we have over a dozen studio spaces where there are artists literally 24 hours every day of the week creating art. And it's something that feeds the rest of the community physically and spiritually. So it's a really great thing to invest in. And the way we're doing it by having this crowdsourcing opportunity and having these fundraisers, we're giving you, the community, an opportunity to support it on your own free will. It's not coming out of your taxpayer dollars. It's not something that's being funded through the government. You get to choose to support us. So that's why we're asking. If you want to see us thrive, we're not going anywhere. Whether you support us or not, we're staying here. We're going to be here forever. But if you want to see us really do really great things, then open your wallet and donate.
Absolutely. Angelo Giuffre, of course. Check out the Spire Theater on Facebook, and of course their event this Saturday, September 28th, starting at 3 o'clock. Thank you so much for spending time with us this morning. And I see he has a big cup of coffee as well.
Well,
so
you're ready for the beer and wine. So.
Yeah, I know. It's already past noon. I've already been going. Angelo, thank you so much. Coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter with a check at our week ahead. Stay with us.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvanna Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Turn to Brotherhood Property Maintenance for all your lawn care and landscaping needs. Serving both commercial and residential lots. Check out Jamestown's fastest growing landscaping crew on Facebook or call us now to book an appointment. The Fitness Bunker in Lakewood is a locally owned and operated club that cares about your health and wellness. They invest in it. Right now, enter their 30-day challenge, where for only $69, you get 30 days of unlimited everything. That's right, everything, along with 2 one-on-one personal training sessions. Then, if you lose 10 pounds, you'll get the next month free. Plus, the first place winner will get 2 Buffalo Bills tickets or a $100 gift card. Details right now on the Fitness Bunker's Facebook page.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now. First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
Oh, you want to talk about a birthday thing? I just had a button on my jacket pop off as I was walking off the wall after first weather. Jay, were you in my office messing with my jacket before I came in this morning?
No, you seem to think that everyone's going to mess with you on your birthday, Dakota, but that's not happening.
Shall we do a replay of last year? Go back and watch the show from 9/24/2017 and see what happened, what they did to me.
The show is still young, buddy. The show is still young. So get on with weather, because we only got a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Go.
Anyway, here is the Sky Vision camera coming from Presque Isle Beach. Not very good beach weather, is it? It's 68 with a dew point of 62. And again, near the Lake Erie shoreline, it's just a little bit more humid. First Defense Doppler radar scanning the sky, showing nothing across the region today. That is the good news. But mainly throughout the day, it should be dry. Here's the next rain that's going to be working its way out of the south. It's all kind of inching our way. It's going to get here with time. But what you see back here is going to be part of the next frontal system that we're going to be going through possibly Tuesday and Wednesday. HD News Now, Cam, you can see the clouds really just kind of socked in, and look at the flag flying. That's a good indication of how strong the winds are. Current temperature at 62 with that gust of 18 with that southeast wind of 10, and the dew point officially at the airport at 56. So again, it will be a little bit cooler as that front came on through. Now for tomorrow, there's going to be another strong front that's out to our west that's going to be moving through here. The higher severe weather parameters are out to our west where they have a standard slight risk, and then as we work into Tuesday night into Wednesday, that front will move our way. So the Storm Prediction Center does have the westernmost counties under a less than average marginal risk, and then a standard slight risk out to our east. Any severe weather is probably going to be Tuesday night and early Wednesday morning, and we'll show that to you here on Future Scan. You can see pretty much for the early afternoon quiet, really nothing. Here comes the rain as it comes in out of the south. It'll overspread the region, so a wet night tonight, a wet afternoon and a wet night tonight, and then there's the peaking of that front back there that'll ultimately work its way in here as we go throughout Tuesday night into Wednesday. So for the lakeshore areas, we'll probably top out around 71 degrees, probably is the high temp there. Clouds will increase, mainly dry. The rain for the lakeshore areas won't get here until the nighttime hours. As we go inland, you can see here temperatures a little bit cooler inland with that wind coming out of the southeast. Showers develop late with a southeast wind 10 to 17 miles per hour. Take a detailed look at the forecast. Next 7 days of your life on Earth. 70 degrees Tuesday, 71 Wednesday. Again, Wednesday, chance for showers and thunderstorms mainly in the morning. And then we dry out Thursday, Friday, and then that's a fall time pattern. It's feeling like the season. We will take a quick break and be right back. The DoubleTree by Hilton is looking for employees in the Jamestown area. Join them at a number of job fairs this September. From servers, bartenders, cooks, and housekeepers, the hotel has many positions to fill. Applicants must bring a resume and cover letter. Arrive prepared to interview.
Hey, this is Ryan Hedrick reporting from the Jamestown Bowling Company, where the bowling is off the hook, the food is even better, and the camaraderie watching sports is oh so great.
The food is fantastic and the drinks are cold.
Mark was bowling almost a perfect game. Mark, do you come here a lot?
Every day.
Wow, Mark comes here every day. No excuse for you not to get to Jamestown Bowling Company on Foote Avenue. Jamestown Bowling Company. Eat, drink, bowl, and be merry.
The Frewsburg Pharmacy is the small-town pharmacy with big-time service. Located at 26 West Main Street, Greg Nelson treats his customers like family, so you know you are in good hands when you walk through the door. The Frewsburg Pharmacy has everything you need and more, including a gift shop for the seasons. Stop down to the Frewsburg Pharmacy today and let the staff show you why the Frewsburg Pharmacy is the pharmacy that cares about you.
Brought to you by the people giving hope at Gifts Decor and More. With the controversial kratom, Gifts Decor and More is giving hope to Southern Chautauqua County residents, one visit at a time.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Welcome back to Motivational Monday here at the Fitness Bunker. I'm Amber, one of the trainers and one of the boxing instructors here at the Bunker. Boxing classes are held every Monday morning at 9:30 to 10:30, Tuesday from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., and Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., and then we're back here on Thursday morning from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Today I'm going to be going over the benefits of hand wrapping underneath your boxing gloves that are going to help not only our boxers have better control of their punches, but also protect their joints in their wrist and elbows and shoulders to prevent some injuries that you might entail if we do not wrap. So we're going to start off with, we have 3 different kinds of wraps here. The first 2 are similar, with the only difference is the length of the wrap. So people with more petite hands would normally get a little bit of a smaller wrap because they don't need as much surface area to be covered. The second wraps we have here are the same as the first. The only difference is obviously you can see there's more surface area to the wrap, so that allows for a little bit more wrapping to occur. More wrapping is more protection, so I prefer to use these ones if I'm going to be using a traditional wrap. So aside from the traditional wraps, the third wraps that we have here today are our quick wraps. These are nice because they're quick and convenient, but the only downside of these wraps is if you're going to be hitting the bag with a lot of power, which we do in a lot of our classes, they might not give as much support as a traditional wrap. So the quick wraps are simple because all you have to do is simply open it, and they're nice and quick. Slip it on, and then adjust it to your wrist size here by pulling the elastic band, and you're all set to go to put them under your boxing gloves. Now, why I prefer the traditional wraps over the quick wraps are as follows. You'll see that the quick wraps just have the one elastic band around the wrist, and that is where most of the support is given. With the traditional wrap, you're going to be able to support your whole wrist and your hand, as well as protect in between your fingers, so you can get a nice powerful punch and protect your joints at the same time. So now we're going to start to wrap our hand using our traditional wrap. First thing you want to do is remove all jewelry or things that you don't want to get damaged, bent, or in the way of your wrap. There's two ends to the wrap. You want to start with the one with a little thumb hole here. You simply put it over your thumb and let it drape down your wrist. To wrap, you're going to wrap your wrist 3 times nice and tight, as this is to protect your joints, but you don't want to cut off circulation. So 3 times here. Then you want to come across your knuckles, over top of all of them, 3 times. So once you have 3 here and 3 here, you're going to bring it down, back around your wrist for maximum support. All right, and it will look like this. So you went 3 here, and then once down around your wrist again. Now from here, you want to make sure your fingers are comfortably spread out. You want to go up through your pinky and your ring finger, and you'll see that you bring that down so it ties off nicely, and then bring that around your wrist again. And then we're just going to repeat that process down through our ring and our middle finger, down the same way, and around our wrist. And then the last time through our pointer finger and our middle finger, and around our wrist, and you'll look like you'll have a big mess here, but in between each finger is supported, your wrist is starting to be supported, and so is the top of your knuckles. From here, what I like to do is go over all of my work I just did in between each finger, trying to lay this wrap as flat as possible, but if it's not perfect, it's not a big deal because this is for protection under your gloves. So I like to go around there once, just to kind of go over all of the work we just did. And then the excess here, you can just bring up your wrist as high as you would like for maximum support. Go ahead and Velcro that. I like to pull down my sleeve. And then you have maximum support on your wrist, all of your fingers, and the top of your knuckles, creating a nice pad for under your glove. From here, you're going to open your glove. Make sure your hand is nicely supported in your glove. And then you are all ready to go. We have one hand down. So under here we have nice protection for both our wrist, our knuckles, our fingers, and that is going to help that extra cushion under there protect your elbows, our shoulder joints, and get ready to fight.
The Buffalo Bills, behind rookie quarterback Josh Allen, won their first game of the season against the Minnesota Vikings in one of the most shocking upsets thus far, 27-6 this past Sunday. Allen picked apart the Minnesota defense for 235 total yards from scrimmage and 3 touchdowns. As for the Bills' defense, the sleeping giant has awoken, sacking Kirk Cousins 4 times and forcing him to commit 3 turnovers. The Bills will be heading to Green Bay to take on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers next Sunday at 1 o'clock. Ryan Fitzpatrick, who is on fire with 2 400-plus yard passing games to start the season, looks to continue his hot streak as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be taking on Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday Night Football at 8:15 on ESPN. The Steelers are hoping to shake off a rough first 2 games to start off their season. Even though the Boston Red Sox have the best record in the MLB, two teams they have to look out for are the New York Yankees and the Cleveland Indians. The Yankees, led by some powerful hitters, clinched a playoff spot on Saturday, defeating the Baltimore Orioles in 11 innings. As for the Cleveland Indians, behind a starting rotation with 4 200-plus strikeout pitchers, which is an MLB record for a season, look to give these hot teams a run for their money this coming postseason.
Alrighty, Norm, thank you very much. It is a very special day here at WNY News Now, Maddie, as we celebrate a really big birthday. Woo! Our Dakota Hunter turns
106.
106. Happy birthday, Dakota! I don't think you can see yourself on the monitor.
No, I do. Oh, jeez. Good
so,
God.
woo, don't you look
Don't
good.
move your head. Keep it right there. Yeah.
So we want to wish you a happy birthday. Can we get rid of that CG control? There we go. We got him his favorite things. Dakota loves pizza.
Yes.
Your favorite food ever.
Yes.
Big Italian guy. And cheesecake.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you like cheesecake so much, Dakota?
Because it's good. Hey, you know what? There's nothing better in the world than if you're having a problem, sit down, grab a cheesecake, and just talk it over with your best friends.
Exactly. Exactly. And we love you, Dakota, so we wish you a very happy birthday. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. Just look at that hat.
Weather seasonal.
No, you can't move your head. You have to keep it right there.
Here,
no,
how about
there you go.
How about like that?
There you go. Take a screenshot of that, world.
That'll haunt me forever on Twitter.
We're back tomorrow. In the meantime, news continues all the time at WNYNewsNow.com. Have a great day. Happy birthday, Dee.
Thank you.